Okay.
Jay, we're getting big now, dude. We got offered a free mic.
I know. As you say, we're just getting so big we can get scammed.
Dude, all they asked was for our mother's maiden name, right? Date of birth,
Yeah, yeah. Last
street
four of our
address,
social. Yeah.
childhood friend. That was kind of weird because I kept changing my childhood friend.
Yeah. What was the first car you drove? It was like, well, kind of depends.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm excited to test it out. Once it gets here, we're gonna love to sponsor it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think
It
it's
might be
worth the identity theft for a new
yeah.
microphone.
It's if that's all we're gonna have left in the world is that microphone. Everything else will be taken away.
I loved how they formatted it. So Johnny's, we tried to get scammed, and Johnny says, "Oh, we're big enough now that people are trying to scam us." But it was like, send us an audio sample of your microphone, and then we'll send you one of ours, and we can send you a mic, and we can collab. And it was like, what?
And they were like, we listened to your stuff on YouTube. And I want to be like, did you at least like it? I'd rather you just like it than give us stuff.
Yeah, did you subscribe?
Yeah, we're needy. But yes, Knights, it's been a bit of a hiatus. We took winter off to get more lean or bigger or whatever we're doing, and we got offered free microphones from fake companies.
Yeah, those shorts really do pay out.
We sold our souls, we casted live together, and this is what happens. We become too
Really?
big for our bridges.
I feel like we were also doing a lot of like research, for the cast. Anytime I watch a show or a movie, it's like, this is okay because it's for the cast.
It's for the cast.
I need to do this. Our constituents need to know about this.
Yeah.
They voted for us.
They care about our opinions.
Yeah. They're all Team Cap. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about Team Cap versus Team Iron Man? Real quick. Before we jump into anything
Brand
else.
New, or are we going back to the 1997?
Going back to like 5 years ago. You told me that like you would get so offended when people assumed you were Team Iron Man, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to hear more about that.
That's it. They would always be like, dude, you're Team Iron Man. I'm like, what part of me is that arrogant to be Team Iron Man? To be fair, Cap was kind of arrogant too, though. You know what I mean? Like, he was very chaotic, good. Like, decided all of a sudden I do what I want, walks away. And Tony's like, I messed up, so let me repent by doing this, taking weird.
It was like chaotic good versus lawful neutral.
Yeah. It was kind of like, I don't know. I just don't see why. Maybe it's the beard. People think I side with Iron Man more.
Cap had a beard, though.
Cap did have a beard, but not till later. Not till he was getting ready for some Infinite Wars.
I see.
Which ended.
I got in a full-blown argument with one of my car wash coworkers, like almost yelling in front of the car wash about, she was Team Iron Man and she couldn't fathom how anyone else couldn't be Team Iron Man. And I in my head, I was like, you're just lucky that I'm a nice guy. Cause
as is Cap. So you're welcome.
Yeah, because right now I want to take this foot and I want to, what is he? I can't remember what the line is. It's on Yes Man. He's like, I'm going to wipe it across that face. I got heated. I was like, I got to go take a break.
And we can have our former guest, Matt, be Team Spider-Man out of left field. And it works too. But that's just who we are.
For the record, violence is never the answer, and I would never actually do that. But I did want to quickly spray tire shine in her eyes.
Or just in the air for her to breathe, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? When I told her I sprayed cherry vanilla in her car, it was actually lemon. Because like we'd have the little like air sanitizer sprays.
Or hey, can I get a strawberry scent? This guy's a douche, man. He gets cherry scent. Thwarted once again by my nemesis Jay.
Did we ever clean your car, Johnny? I feel like we should have, and we never did. What the heck?
I was out. I already moved out east, so I was more out in. I think I was out in Draper at the time.
Well, that was a long intro. It was almost like, do you know how when you used to watch those old TV films, they'd have those really long, like, theme song intros? Like Gilligan's Island was like a full-blown song.
7 minutes. Or anime these days. Animes go on for like 7 minutes.
Yes. Thank goodness technology has got good enough that we're streaming and you can hit skip intro.
Is there a better button in the world than skip intro?
The only time we can't skip it is X-Men.
Da-na-na-na-na.
So speaking of which, What are the intros? That would be a fun cast. Do you want to do one where it's like,
Let's
what
do
are
it.
like the theme songs that you can't skip, that they're that good?
Blasphemy if you skip it.
Yeah, blasphemy. I like this.
Blasphemy, and it's also recognizable. There's some intros that someone has never seen the show, doesn't know lick about it, but you play the intro and they go, "That's Big Bang. That's that's The Office, right?" They know exactly what it is.
You know what's funny is a lot of intros from songs have like turned into like memes and reels where it's like the background music people use. An example is like Cheers, I think was the name of the show, where everybody knows your name. That one is totally, I swear, been in like Instagram reels or other things. Have you seen that at all? Am I crazy?
You know, I don't get on social media. You're the social media nerd.
Okay, it's true. I just scroll and scroll and scroll. Okay, but that is a good intro. Johnny, can you give me a couple? I kind of want to talk about this.
Yeah, so we're having this talk, and there is some that are dear to my heart. Now, were we going to try to rank it? Nights, we really did think this out, but are we just going to fire? Were we going to just...
As much as we're pretending like this is spur of the moment, we actually had a full discussion before the podcast. How are we going to do this? I think we should just like spaghetti on the wall first. Yeah. And then we'll pick 10 out of the spaghetti we talked about.
Okay.
You'll get 5, I'll get 5. And then we'll rank those 5.
We'll try to 10. Be, polite here to the YouTube overlords and be like, hey, it's under 10 seconds. So don't get mad at us. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. One of our favorite shows of all time, What We Do in the Shadows. And if we can just partake for a second. Don't sing if you want to live long. They have no use for your song. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead and out of this world. Well, I like that. It's a different beat, but it also makes sense with the song. Sometimes they don't, with the TV show. They're talking about you're dead, you're out of this world, right? Yeah. So the lyrics actually correspond with the show. So I like that a lot.
One cool fun fact about this one is it was actually put into the film, the original What We Do in the Shadows film, this intro. It had an intro film. So it's kind of fun that the intro to the film became the theme song for the show.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, fun fact. I'm just full of fun facts, Johnny. I almost feel like I'm going to humdinger it with like maybe my favorite of all time, because I want to steal it before you steal it. But this is the only... Say that again.
No, you can steal me.
So, I can steal you?
Steal my heart. It was just Valentine's Day, and you're the only nerd I care about.
Oh, Johnny. So going from that lighthearted, wonderful note, this is perhaps like the most listenable song, I think. And it's also like the most depressing. And we've had long discussions about this one. Can you guess what it is by depressing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's yeah, we'll talk about it after you. Are you going to play it?
No, I was going to have you play it. Sorry, I thought you might have it. Yeah, do it.
Okay. This is Jay's pick, but it's a great one. Ooh, one of our favorite shows of all time.
Dude, the line, I can't count the reasons I should stay.
Okay, so let's go through this. So it is, Nights, you heard it. It's a super upbeat, happy song, right, Jay?
I never even listened to the lyrics. No. And we're 6 episodes in, and Johnny's like, dude, this song's so depressing. I'm like, what? And then I listened, and I was like, my gosh.
It's like there's no minors for us music nerds out there. There's no minor chords really being played. So like it's very scary of how they play the song. And I don't know why. Like there, give me hope, give me some rope, tie me to my dream, give me some hope to run out of steam. Like, that's just so bad.
Yeah.
We could be roped up, tied up, dead in a year. I was like, that's so morbid.
That's
coming from us.
Oh, though I love you more than words can say, I can't count the reasons I should stay. It's like, oof. How can it be so upbeat, dude? And so catchy.
It's such a catchy, happy song. But it kind of does summarize the show a little bit, right? They're all happy-go-lucky, but Jeff's in his 40s living out of his car. Pierce has nothing else going on. So in my mind, it was very well played, good sir.
Just on a quick note before we move off of Community, some of the best music of any sitcom of all time, like original songs, Do you want me to give you a couple examples?
Yeah.
Because I am Jehovah's most secret witness, so I
Oh.
might have to dedicate my life to Christmas.
They are. I mean, Childish Gambino, Troy. You know, he became an artist in real life, so they had good talent on the show already.
Yes.
When some things get stuck in my head for too long, nights, I'll admit it. And out of nowhere, it's that same episode, the Christmas episode, where they're thanking Pierce for something, and he goes, thank you for everything. And then he just rocks up, you're welcome. Like, it's so stupid.
With that deep voice. Even in just that episode, the Annie song, I quote all the time. Brain hurty, understand Christmas. Where she just is getting dumber as the song goes along. You kind of reached a point of diminishing. You kind of reached a point of diminishing returns with the with the stupid sexy, whatever Jeff says. I love the "She's a No Good Bee" song.
Oh, just a GDB. It's so upbeat too.
I know. I swear there's one other big one that I can't remember. I'll think about it. We'll come back to it. But anyway, go ahead, Johnny.
Well, since you stole another classic, I have a music box. We will fight for one of the top songs of all. I will admit, a long, long time ago, nights in the same galaxy we live in now, we would call phones. Remember, Jay, when you actually would call each other on your phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have some phone numbers memorized.
Yeah. It's mine. In case he gets lost, I can find him.
I didn't know you in that time. I had a cell phone. You're in my contacts.
It's the callback. So when you would call me, you would hear this song. That's how much I used to love this song. So if it goes.
Oh, it's The Office. You're playing it on a little music box.
Yeah.
You're playing it on a little cute music box. I love it.
It's how I get to bed at night every night. It keeps me away from my demons.
So Johnny said, I have some music box I'm going to play for the cast. And I said, what's a music box? I couldn't remember. I thought it was like this like techno babble, like cool device he had. No, it's like
$5 thing you get off Amazon.
No, this is like things that like pilgrim children played with across the plains.
Yeah. But it's The Office. It's, you know, it's a very pretty piano-esque song. The real
jazz
one,
rock.
we all know it. Yeah. But that's just a classic song that, you know, when that goes off, you can stop what you're doing and pay attention for a few seconds.
It is. It's amazing. It's such a simple jingle, and yet it's so catchable. And I really don't get tired of it. Like, that's one of the few where, like, I'll skip the intro, but if I don't, I'm not unhappy. I can listen to it.
It's a nice good one. All right, Birdman, what do you got for me?
Okay. We talked about Childish Gambino being a TV star that turned into a performer. Let's do the opposite of a performer that turned into a TV star. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Could you sing that whole song if you wanted to?
I remember parts of it. It's like, up and out, beat ballin' until a couple of guys who were up to no good started causing trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. What'd she say, Jay?
She said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Oh, we're so white and nerdy. That's beautiful. But that was true, though, right? Like, that song told a story, and it was fun.
I had a manager who sang the entire thing to me once because I talked about how I liked the show, and he just sang the whole thing, and I was like, this is so crazy.
You're super weird, but it's so crazy.
I didn't think it was that weird, but it was just kind of like, I just kind of had to smile and listen because he was my manager. But I really liked the guy, so it was fine. If we were just friends, I would have done it too, but I couldn't stop him as my manager.
I'll allow it only because you're there.
I was assistant to the regional manager at the time.
Oh, is that a spoiler about something?
Well, we already did that one.
Yeah, spoiler about a future cast. That's all.
So I will say Fresh Prince isn't going to end up in my top 10, but I do love it, and I love how original it is.
It's a good shout out.
And Will Smith. Yeah, I knew someone once who watched the new Aladdin, and they were like, Will Smith just can't sing. I don't know why they hired him. And I was like, you do know that, like, he was a professional artist, like, right before the movie came out. Like, you know that was a thing, right? Like, you can accuse him of a lot of things, but singing isn't one of them. Like, he's a talented rapper. Anyway, it was just funny.
All right, I'm gonna play you one. I don't think you're gonna know it,
Okay.
but this is one of my favorites. Like I have a hard time with the top 3, but this is easily on my top 3.
Is it Sex in the City?
No, could you imagine?
I can't stop
I
imagining.
can't stop imagining. It's Portlandia.
Oh, I should have gotten that.
Yeah.
I've watched enough Portlandia that I should have known that one actually.
And they would time it because it is a sketch comedy show, which means that half of the time it has nothing to do with anything, right?
Yeah.
But they always time the intro really well. Of they'll be like two people out on the street begging for money, like pretending to drum, and they're like, "I'll join you. Let's go. 1, 2, 3," and then they would start the song. So they were very like they would time the intros really well. Or like, let's do that song again. All right, let's go, and then they would start it up again, even though it's a different song. But that intro, I'll listen to that just driving.
It's so chill. It's got a total vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one for you, Johnny. I'm gonna rate yours so far. Office is a 9 out of 10. Portlandia is like a 8 out of 10. What was the first one you did? You didn't. I did Community. What was
Shadows? What we did with
Shadows? 7.5.
Dang, man, those are all like my top 5.
I gotta, dude. It's rookie scores. I can't go too high too soon because then you're gonna pull out the GOT, and I'm gonna be like,
that's a good one.
John!
My scores are high. That's what I'm telling you. These are hard for me.
okay, tell me if you even know this one. I'll give you $1, Johnny, if you can come up with what this is
$1?
from. $1.
You got $1?
I'll Venmo it to you right
Okay.
during this.
Oh, dude, it's 90 Spider-Man.
Nope.
Really?
And you just
Iron
lost
Man?
$1.
Is it Iron Man?
It is a superhero. It's Batman Beyond.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not have gotten that. Dang, I thought that sounded like the 90s Spider-Man. Super close to the 90s Spider-Man.
Here's the real question. So I love that one. I'm going to lump it in with another one. Do you know the DC Unlimited theme where it's like the like big...
Isn't it darker sounding?
I think it's like, I don't know. Let me just... Does this sound familiar?
Yeah.
So which one's better?
That one, the DC Unlimited sounds more epic. Like more of a big epic.
Okay. Well, both of those I will submit as ones that I don't think should make it into our top 10. But I really liked growing up.
They're nostalgic, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how like a song can take you back to being 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I hear
Well,
those and I'm
because
just like...
And we couldn't skip back then, so we had to listen to it.
Yeah, I know every episode.
They
And
had
some
to.
of them, you know, like Avatar: The Last Airbender is just like a monologue for the intro. So like I couldn't do anything for that, but this one I could. Anyway, you lost $1, Johnny. I'm so sorry. You were really close.
I'll get it back later on.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I don't think you've ever watched this one. This is also my top one.
So do I get $1 if I get it?
Honestly, I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1.01.
Ooh.
All right,
And
you
a
ready?
kiss.
And a kiss.
Did I have no idea?
It's Man Seeking Woman. I've
Oh.
really watched it.
I've seen 2 episodes. The one where like he goes with her on a trip and there's like a murderer after them, and then the one with the troll and the garbage.
Yeah, Man Seeking Woman is a very, very hard show to watch. I love it. It's my kind of like indie, dry humor type of show. But you just have to realize that no matter what's happening in the show, it's real. Like when he goes on a date with an actual troll, it's a troll.
Or and in that same one, she's like, "I want you to meet my boyfriend Adolf," and he's like, "You mean like Hitler?" And she goes, "Oh, so you've met him?" It's so
And
bad.
he's like, then he says his last name, Weinberg, and Hitler's like, "Uh-oh." It's a funny, horrible show, but
it's
I'm
so
telling
bad.
you, Yeah, it was one actor that on She's Out of My League. He was on a ton of things for like 3 years straight, and then he disappeared.
He's the voice of Hiccup on. Yeah. He's the voice of Hiccup on How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. They're making a live action version of that.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, Sorcerer's Apprentice. Like I said, he was huge for like 3-5 years and then disappeared.
Yeah,
maybe he's super do a Justin awkward. Long and come back. But that's just one of those that brings just me good memories.
After a long absence.
They come back.
Are you in pain from my puns?
Yeah. No, I
can see it in your eyes. Great. Now I have to come up with one, and I totally. All right, here you go. Hold on, this is the actual part. It's probably too long for the algorithm.
Oh. What is it?
I'll give you a hint. It's a video game turned into a show.
Oh, the Last of Us.
Johnny, you're so good, man.
There's not that many TV games that turn into TV shows.
Yeah, there are. You could have done Fallout. You could have done Halo. It could have been. No.
Well, I mean, there's so many great shows out there, but it's hard to find a good intro.
I like when they have the same intro in the game as they did in the show. I appreciated that. I don't know if you played the games; they're terrifying, but
no, So I remember I was in a university. And I took a class called Video Game and Storytelling. It's a humanities class that actually went towards your degree. Anyway, one of the classes we watched the cutscenes on The Last of Us. And I'm like, it's sad. It's oppressing. The first game, chapter 1, whatever it was.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't have PlayStation, so I didn't play it a lot. I just got PlayStation like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's sad. You get all invested in the spoilers. Nights, you get all invested in the father-daughter, and then boom, gone. He just dies, and it's just you don't expect that from a video game. My emotions.
Oh, it's all gonna come back to Community. This is a Community one where, like, instead of quoting The Office, we're just gonna be quoting Community.
Yeah. But Nights, one of my favorites. Again, these are all so hard, but I had to get a music box to commemorate it. Here you go, Jay. You probably will figure it out.
Game of Thrones.
And what Game of Thrones, what they did was really cool. It was like 5-7 of one of like the greatest guitar players. Tom Morello was in it. Other great legends. And they all sat there and they played Game of Thrones and made it into a metal version. It went on for like 7 minutes. And so like they would randomly start soloing and doing stuff. One of the coolest YouTube videos I've seen. They're just at Guitar Center and they start doing Game of Thrones because that's how cool of an intro it is. And they made it all metal or rock, as the kids say.
I feel like we're gonna have to post that video, Johnny, or at least send it to me.
It's one of my favorite. Like, it's 7 minutes long, but like true artists, they can just sit and they just learn the song. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, here it is. And because they know what key it's in, they can just start soloing and doing different things and hitting harmonics, and it's super cool. And again, it was just. Rarely do I want to hear a 2-minute intro for a show. It's just like New Girl. New Girl had a decent intro, but it gets kind of annoying after a while.
Yeah.
And then at the last few seasons, they just go dun 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 dun. Like it was right there. 3 beats. Yeah, it's Jess. Or just would put in New Girl, which I appreciate that a lot. I like a lot of shows that I only have like an 8-second intro.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, I want to do 3 really quick, and I'm not going to play them. I just want to talk about them really quick.
Okay.
Brady Bunch. Okay. Here's the story of lovely lady. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, not really for me, but it exists. And I listen to it a lot. Yeah. Fine. It's not good enough to play. The other one, Team Rocket. Rocket Power.
There's no show that capitalizes growing up in the 90s than that show. Come on, Rocket Boy. Yeah, Rocket Girl. And they were siblings calling each other that. The dad owns a taco stand with some dude. That he was his best buddy, and then they just go around rollerblading and surfing.
Yeah. Just I don't know where it takes place in like California or Hawaii or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the last one was Mandalorian. It was like on the verge of where being worth playing.
That is true. Mandalorian has that epic storytell. Dun dun.
But the problem is, it's not. You just played Game of Thrones, and it's like a worse version of that.
Mm.
Dun 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 dun. Anyway, it's fine. But compared to Game of Thrones, which might be the most epic like theme song of all time,
Yeah.
I would argue it is. But we're gonna argue that later.
TBD.
Yeah.
My rapid fire ones, which I will put in because I had the pleasure of doing this in one of my coolest experience at Comic-Con. I went to the Psych panel, and we all got to sing the intro together with the cast. So that was super
I feel like
fun.
you could play this one.
You want to play this one?
Yeah. I think we both are like, for me, this is in my top 10.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought you were just tired of playing.
No.
music,
I feel like people are going to be like, you left some out, and I'm going to be like, well, yeah,
Of
but
course we did.
but like they weren't worthy enough.
The really good thing about the Psych theme song, as the kids say.
Oh, this is a long version.
It's okay. But one of the best parts is when that song goes like, I know, you know that I'm not telling the truth. So that's cool. It's a little nod to the audience.
Yeah.
That we all know it's fake, but they don't know it's fake.
Right.
Such a happy song.
I know. And it just fits that show so well. And it even has the song title in it, or the show title in it. Psych you out in the end.
Yeah. Because a lot of them, like in that era, like Chuck, which I love, they just did it was already a big song. I'm trying to blank on the name of the band. It's that dun 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 dun.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Not even close. That's
Big.
No, Cake. It's Cake. It's it's Cake. It's my umbrella. Yeah. Really good song, and they had really good songs like in the show throughout, but that wasn't a song for the show. That was just a Cake song, I think, from the late 90s, early 2000s. I could be way wrong. Nights I'm never wrong.
There are some shows where, like Malcolm in the Middle just had a song that was stolen from an artist, kind of like that was with Korn. Like it was just a song, like it wasn't written for the show, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, Friends, right? They're one of their biggest.
I hate that song. But
that song, though, right, made that band a one-hit wonder that was not written for the show.
Yeah.
But it worked for everyone. I mean, I think the music video, too, from that was used with the cast.
I don't like that song. I don't like the Full House song either. Full House is another one like that. Everywhere you look. I hate that song.
What about Seinfeld's little bass? Just see, that was a simple one.
Yeah. What about Law and Order? Chung chung.
That's all it is. It's just, will you do the whole 47 minutes of a Law and Order scene for me?
In the criminal justice system, there are two people, two groups of people.
He really did all the voices. One day we'll find a show.
Actually, I'm just getting going.
Reference. That was our Office reference for you,
Johnny. You're so good. Such a great man. Okay, listen to this. Tell me if you know what it's from.
No, I don't know. Repeat it. Aren't they redoing Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, what's up with that? How do we not have that as nerd news? We need to have some nerd news sometime. Yeah. There's been a whole bunch of stuff.
There's so much, and it's all revamping, and you and me are just so tired of the revamps. I think that's what it is. I think we're just angry.
Well, like Arrested Development, the revamp was bad. Zoolander 2, the revamp was bad. Like we've talked about this a billion times. They're just not good.
Yeah, it's just not a good movie. Expendables 1 was bad. Expendables 2 wasn't good. By the time I had to 3, it's just not a good movie. Sorry, the third time I watched it, I realized it's not a good movie.
It's just not a good movie. Yeah, it's so bad, bro.
There's an onslaught. Like I'm losing track of them making live action stuff. Like Snow White's coming out live action, which I'm kind of confused. There's just too much nothing revamped. I don't know.
Yeah, too much nothing is never a good thing.
No, and then I mean, it's you guys are Knights are probably like you guys have been kind of silent. Everything that came out, I'm like, what came out?
Yeah, I know. Red Hulk,
Captain America 2. Like, yeah.
Oops,
Harrison Ford hulking around. Cool.
That was funny, Johnny. That would have been a better movie title.
Honestly, I would pay to see that.
Apparently, because I've watched the reviews on it, apparently, like, that's at the end of the film. Like, that's the final battle is him with Red Hulk. Like, that's a surprise twist. And they put it in all the marketing. And I'm like, you guys, you rats.
It's like they taunt me. How does it go? They task us, and I must get them. It's a revenge con.
I'm pretty sure it's like so on Moby. I think in Moby Dick he says it taxes me. That whale taxes me, or maybe he says tasks. He says one of the two.
It's revenge
Star
con.
Trek.
Yeah, but it's but I heard it from Big Bang. And so he's like, he tasks me. So I've been switching it to she tasks me, and I must have her because I'm.
I think they steal it from Moby Dick. I think in Moby Dick he goes, "It tasks me. That whale tasks me." I could be wrong.
Wait. A movie stole something from literature. Get out of here.
Oh, Johnny.
I think that's
Pam. Pam?
Pretty good. Pam? Yeah, right here. We have another friend named Pam. No way. Get out of here.
Dang it, Pam. I needed an Office reference too.
I mean, I'm shocked you don't have it. But I mean, the Big Bang Theory made a song that wasn't a band song that wasn't big, literally. When Bare Naked Ladies had that song from the Big Bang Theory.
Bare Naked Ladies suck.
Hey, they are award-winning pop artists. How many awards have you won, Jay? Okay, BLN is transcendent.
Oh, thank you, Johnny, for catching that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to do a community cast, we might as well do a community cast.
Yeah. For anyone who didn't catch it, just look up Jeff Winger insults Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, and you'll see the best rant. I've never laughed so hard on a rant that I didn't understand why they were fighting with a rant.
Okay.
We're still waiting for a community movie. Again, sorry, tangent. I'm just annoyed. So annoyed.
Can't handle it, Johnny.
Not at all. And the problem is too, Knights, with other intros, animes have really cool intros. Fire Force, they do like every 15 episodes, they do a different song, and they have this really cool metal song. But again, animes have 17-minute intros, so I don't have the patience for it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I was trying to think of like some other like.
Well, I mean, Cheers was very known. I feel like the 80s and 90s really cared about the intro because you could make it longer. It's only been a resurgence in like the mid 2010s that I really noticed really good. Like Parks and Recs, right? That's a fun song. We didn't talk about Parks and Recs intro.
Did you want to play it, or are we not quite there?
I'm not there for that one. That one is more just. It's not the same as The Office. It wants to be, but it's not for me.
Well, going even further back than the 70s and 80s, let's go to the 60s because I have two from there I want to talk about, and I'm going to do one. I want to see if you can get it.
Okay. Da na na na. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The Addams Family, man, that was a good one. That was true. That's a good one.
I genuinely love that one, and partly because it's in the film. So it's interesting. We talked earlier about TV show to. I guess this one would be TV show to film because before it was with What We Do in the Shadows. It went from the movie to the TV show. This one it flipped to where we have the two movies that stole it from the old TV show. Which happens with like Mission Impossible too, which we don't need to get into, but that's an okay one. I like it more for the films. Dun, 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 dun.
It is a good heart. Like I said, everyone knows it. right? Like it's everyone knows that one.
I want to hear more of it from you, Johnny.
But
I don't know. I don't know why you're doing these things. Scotty-boo is like making me so happy, but it is. All right, one other one. So this one, my dad, I count it as a strange talent. I think he hates it, but he can sing the entire Gilligan's Island from watching it so much as a kid. He can sing the whole intro, and it's a pretty long intro. And for whatever reason, like it tickles me, and so I like, Dad, you got to do it. And he's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, you got to sing it for me, man. Then I eventually wear him down, and he does it. But
he gives you a 3-hour tour.
The ship set sail. Oh no, it's just sit right back and we'll tell you a tale. I'm not my father, so I can't sing the whole thing. But I can do the millionaire.
Yeah, I know. I hear that. Professor and Marianne. Well, and they do it differently. The movie star. Professor and Marianne.
That was a very sensual movie star.
That's how they do it, though. Listen to it.
Okay. We'll re-listen some.
Yeah, listen to it. I swear. They go, the movie star. Professor and Marianne.
The movie star.
Yeah. And the
crazy eyes.
Billionaires. Like, yeah.
I think it's millionaire. This was the 60s.
Oh,
I don't
millionaires,
think
right.
I don't think there were many. Although it's like the same thing, right? Back then it would have been with a B. Or, I mean,
I don't even know.
If you brought it to today, it would be with a B.
Yeah.
I think millionaire back then was a big deal. Now it's like,
is. I mean, I'll help you a millionaire.
Here's the thing, Johnny. You know millionaires. I don't think we know billionaires. I don't
know any billionaires. But I would know on Shadowed, Colin Robinson goes, do you know how the fastest way to be a millionaire? Be a billionaire and lose money. I thought that was the stupidest joke. And I started laughing. It must have been that at like 1 a.m. And it was just such a good Colin Robinson time joke. That's what that reminded me of. Nights, we're a little bit tangent tonight on this wonderful cast.
How can you not be? It's a cast about theme songs. Yeah. We had a theme song for a minute, I'm pretty sure. We actually do have one. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. It's in our YouTube intros. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I know, and I tried to write one for us once. I only have like a concept where it's on my favorite line where it just says, you think you can out nerd us? We wake up in the morning rolling natural 20s. That's all I have. But
we're still working on it.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Didn't we write one about like a crystal mic?
Oh, yeah. Peer into our mic.
Our crystal mic. Yeah, there was something about it. I don't know. This was years ago when we had more passion and we didn't just talk about random.
We've been doing this for a while.
I think we have some recording stuff. This is like when we first started. I think you recorded a few songs.
I'm sure there's better. I mean, I have better music boxes now that do intro waves nights. So I'll write us something good. I keep doing it. I keep meaning to get a guitar and get back into it. But yeah,
I've gone through all mine. I've got like 2 more, Johnny. So I don't know how many more you have.
No, I mean, I think what are your 2 more?
Well, you have 1. You have 2 that start with X.
Hey, X-Files?
X-Files is one of them.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. I can do it sometimes. I can't. Don't. Dang it. I can't whistle on command anymore.
I've never.
No, I end up doing the freaking Hunger Games now.
That wasn't the Hunger Games.
Every time. And it got in my head once, and I can only do the Hunger Games.
That was so bad, Johnny. You did the Hunger Games.
Yeah, and I can't. And it's funny because I was watching an interview, and the Hunger Games people kept doing the X-Files. I think that's why it got stuck in my head. Yeah. All right, so eerie. So eerie.
I never watched the X-Files.
I will say one funny tangent real quick, where a song can get annoying. The Smallville, the Superman from the mid-2000s, early 2000s, their intro was the song, Somebody Save Me. Anyways, the actors got so sick and tired of that song, they would play it at every cast party, every. So we can get annoyed by songs.
Yeah, if they can, we can. If Superman can get irritated by a song, so can we.
it's just funny. They're like, I hated that song. And then it was just funny because the whole premise is they picked it because someone's like, somebody save me. I'm really off key tonight, but I went swimming.
I feel like I'm only half as tone deaf as I normally am, so I stole your talent.
I'm on key for you. Perfect. But yeah, X-Files is good. I remember watching it a little bit because I was younger, but my mom loved it. So, and they brought it back. Like they had a whole season or two, like a decade later, on there. So that was really cool. So I wish I
missed all of it. Yeah, I think I watched like a little bit, and it was way spooky as a little kid, and I was like, I'm done.
And I'm out. I mean, the truth is out there, but they never find it. So what's the point? Or do they? We don't know. We don't watch it.
I saw Inception, or at least I dreamt I did. Oh.
I only have one more in the gun, which is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's just a pretty song, but I do skip it time and again because it can daunt on you.
I don't know that one.
Random song. What?
I don't know that one.
What? Really?
While you are pulling that up, I want to.
What I tell people is Jay's the biggest Always Sunny in Philadelphia clips watcher. I know. You've probably seen 2 full seasons clip wise, if you were to put it together. Yeah. But they're all the good clips though.
Rumham. No. I'm sorry, Rumham.
It's such a dumb show, but
oh, I didn't know that. Doesn't match the show.
What's really good, they did it probably on season 2 or 3 out of the 15. It's lasted 15 seasons, so going great. But they time the intro with what's going on. So the whole gang will be in the bar and they'll be like, all right, let's do this. But for the record, we don't care about this award. And then it cuts to that song and then a black screen with white writing. The gang desperately wants to win the award. So they time it really funny with the show. Yeah. It's always themed with what are you going to do? Burn me? And then like the gang burns D. So like they time it really well with what's going on. So it makes you like kind of want to see what's like Bob's Burgers, right? Super. Their intro is standard, but at the end of the intro, the shop left of them is always for sale, but in the intro it's always named something. They're all puns, like staple me tomorrow. Anyway, so they always so it makes you kind of want to watch the intro to see what the name is,
right,
on the show. So some shows are smart with their intros.
I like when they do stuff like that.
I
did recognize that the whimsy matches the show, but like the show is so dark and twisted sometimes that doesn't match. It's like, and
I said, and they times it with them like the gang blows up a house, like, you know what I mean? Like it's very, but it is long. I guess for me the bad out of anything is when they do an intro like 8 minutes into a show, and you're like, ugh. It's an intro. I thought the show's almost over. How are you introing the show?
We're more than halfway done, guys.
Yeah. There hasn't been that many instances. They're usually more for the hour like shows. They'll do it. And you'll be like, how was this opening so long?
Let me ask you a question. Because it's ended up in some TV shows, I think, now that I say it, I was going to say, is the Avengers theme count? I think it's in some of the shows. Maybe it's not. I was going to say, wasn't it on Winter Soldier or Loki or something?
I mean, I'm sure they used it on all of them. But the Avengers is it's one of the bigger known, if you're going to go show-wise, intro-wise, there's that. And then the Wonder Woman, hers like the horns go off and she grabs it. Every time they introduce Wonder Woman in any of it, she has her own little theme. Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, I have one more, Johnny.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2 more. I just thought of one. Someone just popped in. Okay, one I know you're going to get. The other one I'm not so sure. We'll do the dollar thing again. If you can get this one, I'll give you $1. Are you ready?
Yeah. Wait, I know this. Oh, you do. Oh, this is going to kill me. Oh, I just watched this.
All right, I'm not gonna set
What
a
is
time
it?
limit. No, I'm gonna switch to the next one while you're thinking about it. Let it stew.
No, I'm never gonna remember it.
It's Gravity Falls.
Ah,
No, I'm never gonna remember it.
I'm never gonna remember it.
Oh, I love Gravity Falls.
It's such a good show. They actually have like a concise story, and then it's told, and then you're done.
Yeah, maybe one of the best stories ever told, in my opinion. It's so.
I like Codename Kid Next Door. That was a cool little kid show too.
It was fine. Gravity Falls, I just like that it's 2 seasons. They tell like you said, they tell their story and they're done. And they're not going to add to it. Maybe they will years later, but they don't need to. It's just kind of, and I don't know, it captures something in life. And it's got maybe the best voice actor of all time with Mabel / Louise.
Yeah, dang, what's her name? What's her name? But yeah, she's on
Flight of the
Avoiding
Conchords.
Shadows. Yeah.
Oh, that too. Dude, what is it with her being blonde where I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, really off. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
Catherine Satchel, maybe? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's so funny. So I knew her from Flight of the Conchords, and she's so funny in it. She's like their one fan who like
Brett,
loves them.
Brett, she's there. She's there again. Brett. oh hey, you're there. And then when she like pins them against each other,
she's the only obsessed fan. I love it so much.
Obsessed, like knows everything, follows. And then they played a concert and she wasn't there, and they were like, "Oh, where is she?"
I like, so Brett has, this is such a bad tangent, but Brett has created a helmet that just looks like an extension of his hair, and they're riding on their bikes, and she's like, guys, behind them, and they're just ignoring her for like a mile, and then she finally catches up to them. Oh, I love that. Such a dumb, weird, that one doesn't have a theme song. Great music, but I don't think it has a theme song, does it?
I don't remember one.
But amazing music.
I mean, another British show, Peep Show, has a really good one. I don't think you ever got into Peep Show. Yeah, it's always third person's view. So there's like 2 roommates. So when one was talking, you would see his view, and then the other one would be. Then when the other one replied, you see the other view. It was done really well. It's like you're peeping through the eye of the person who's dialoguing. So it was really clever.
That's weird.
And they did other shows together too. The comedy duo.
Okay, Johnny, I have my last one.
Okay.
Are you ready, kids?
Let's go.
That was the song.
Oh.
Are you ready, kids?
Oh, no. Are you going to talk about a crab?
No. I'm talking about a little yellow guy who lives in a pineapple under the sea. What is it? Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob.
He's fluorescent and yellow and spongy is he or something like that.
I just remember that. The shout.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Was it?
And then he plays the flute with his nose.
Oh, there was this really hard rock band. Hinder? No. Anyways, it was like a year or 2 ago, and he just started playing SpongeBob in the middle of his concert. He just popped it out. He's like, all right, you guys asked for it. Here we go. And he goes, are you ready, kid? And then they just go off, and everyone starts singing. It was actually really cool.
I kind of love that.
Disturbed? I don't know. It was one of those bands. And I was like, that's actually all right, because it's who grew up with it, right?
I love it. Yeah. I like when artists will incorporate weird stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the band, AJR or ADR, something like that. They have a song that's just about The Office.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Netflix Trip. Who is it?
Yeah, AJR. Yeah.
Oh, AJR. Okay. Yeah. I'm not anyway, I like that song.
Oh, I love him. No, I'm still confused to this day by that song, because they go, when Dwight became the head of sales.
Dude.
To this day.
When did he become head of sales? I think about that all the time. How are you and I not?
How are we not yelled about this?
I know.
This might be for a future cast.
He never becomes head of sales in the show.
He does, but he's never it's never a big.
It's never
deal.
a scene. No, but there's never a scene where like he's promoted to it or anything. Like they just offhandedly will be like, "You're head of sales," or "I'm head of sales." But they never it's never a promotion. It's never an episode.
One time they even talk about it was when Andy is the manager. They literally go, Dwight, I got a promotion for you. Are you making me head of sales again? He goes, no, this job's real.
Yes, but he's never made head of sales.
Never mentioned it.
Yes, thank you, Johnny.
No. I've suffered not in silence with this because it is that song. Like did get to me. My little tiny heart grew a quarter of an inch listening to it because they described watching The Office and how your life changes, which is true. I remember the decade of The Office. A lot happened in my life, so I was like, yeah, season 2, I got to a new school. It rhymed really well. Then out of nowhere, he's like, when Dwight became the head of sales, and it just took me out of it, and I was livid.
Yeah, it's like, are you even an Office fan? Do you remember what scene are you talking about?
Yeah,
Johnny's watched the Superfan episodes, and it's not even in that.
It's not even on the Superfan episodes.
And in those, they have the pizza from that ship from New York
Well,
that I remember airing live, and someone was like, "That never happened."
No one does, other than you.
Yeah,
because you really wanted us to send you a pizza.
I just remember Michael eating a pizza out of an envelope, and then rewatching The Office later on the cassettes. Not the cassettes. I'm showing my age on the DVDs. On the DVDs and being like, wait, where was that scene? But I've had the exact same thought. It's funny how you we're like, there's one part missing, and I'm like, oh, don't even say anything else. I know exactly what you're talking about because I've had the same issue.
Yeah. Well, because everything else, like he does make Dwight assistant. He removes the to the. That's like a big thing. Which makes him assistant manager. But that wasn't like anything to remember. It wasn't. Other than that, great song. It was I love it. I love that band a lot. They do the world's tiniest orchestra or something. They do a lot of big songs. They have a song about naming a kid winner. They're a great band. And they were just here a couple last year, I think.
Oh yeah, I got invited to their concert, and I was like,
They couldn't play that song because you and me would rush the stage and go yell at them like, no. Point to me.
I can sense blasphemy.
Yeah, in this episode log, where do you see him head of sales? I haven't Googled it once, and everyone's like, yeah, they say head of sales in the song. I'm like, no, where in the show?
Yep, I agree. Yeah. I agree, and I was even trying to remember that scene you talked about where he and Andy, because I just rewatched The Office, and I was like, it's not in there, and that was the only time it's ever brought up.
Yeah,
Johnny, you were so smart. Well, you're so effing smart.
Well, we have a future cast on The Office nights, but a quick preview. Season 8 is horrible, but I do like the Florida episodes, so I'll rewatch that one a lot.
I just love Robert California. You know this.
That is true. He does. He is there. He's great.
You don't even know my real name.
That's the only thing you can say in the scene that we can't blur out. Everything else in that we got to blur out. But I quoted that once in D&D, and it was the funniest thing I've ever said in my life in D&D.
I think I was there. That was one of my
No, you weren't there.
Oh, maybe you just told me about it, and I like could envision it so viscerally. Yeah.
They're like, I know who you are, man. I'm like, you don't know who I am. I'm the Lizard King.
You don't even know my real name.
But he didn't say F.
That
was a
I like this cast.
Yeah.
Is there any final theme song? Oh, we need to rank them real quick. Okay, you come up with 2, and I'll come up with 2, and we'll give you our top 4. How's that?
Okay, so do you want to do my top 3, your top 3, then we'll yell, or what?
Okay, that sounds good. I'll give you my top 3, and you give me yours.
Okay.
You want to do that?
And so, are they 1, 2, 3, or are they just in any random order? These are just
any order. 3. Okay. And then we decide on 3. We'll rank them real quick.
Okay.
Do I need to go first?
Yeah, you said you first.
Okay. For sure, Community.
Okay.
For sure, Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what my third would be. Whoops. I have to look at my list that I sent you. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're going to go with the dark horse. I'll go with Psych.
Okay. My 3 is Portlandia, Community, and GOT.
Okay, so we already agree on 2 of them.
Yeah.
We just need to argue about which one comes in. Yeah.
Because I do like what we do in the shadows, but I figured if we're only doing 3.
Well, should we just put The Office in there then, Johnny? Because we'll actually agree on it.
All right, let's go Office, GOT, and then Community. And then, all right, so what's number 1? And then I would put Shadows as 4. And then, and then Portlandia is 5. So my top 5 is Community, Game of Thrones, Office, Portlandia, What We Do in the Shadows.
Perfect. Mine would have been Community, Game of Thrones, Psych, Office, and we'll go Batman Begins for a dark horse, I guess. I don't really love that one, but it's very nostalgic, so we'll give it. Okay.
And that's what it is, Knights, right? It's what makes you smile.
Yeah, or something. So the real question is, Johnny, what's number one has to be Game of Thrones, right? Can we agree on that, or is that wrong?
Number one, yes.
Okay.
What we do in the shadows has been more recent in my heart, but Game of Thrones will awaken something in me. I feel a call to arms. Dun, 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 dun.
And speaking of awakening your inner Dalmatian, I think number 2 is
Office? Oh, Community?
Yeah. When did they awaken to... Never mind. Would you agree?
And then, well, we can go Community, Office. I guess that'll be the DLN, the Deadlight Nerd hierarchy for right now, the top 3.
And honestly, Community and Game of Thrones could almost swap. Like it's like 1A, 1B.
Yeah, like I said, I've been on a Shadows because it's the last season. I've been on a Shadows high, so I've been like dun, 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 dun. I've been really liking that song. So
you're dead.
And then I have you can have TV for free now, and there's a Portlandia channel, so I have Portlandia playing in my room all the time. So that little like da-na-na, like that intro is just makes me smile. Like I would listen to that. For me, if it's a song I would listen to just normally, it's awesome, right? So, Game of Thrones and that Portlandia one is something I listen to all the time.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that list. Knights, what's your favorite theme song for a show?
Did you agree? Did you not agree? What did we miss? I'm sure we've missed heaps.
We missed the theme song for the Jeffersons.
We're not moving on up, I guess.
No, we're not. All right, Knights, let us know in the comments below, and we will catch you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flip.